Hey, it's Chronologically Gaming, the only channel that's perpetually retro because we're playing every video game in order of release. What a time to be a gamer! We've kicked off October 1982, and we were last playing The Port of Atlantis on the Intellivision. Let's see what is next.
These families are learning about home computers.
It's time to go play on our Atari home computer and the release of Bandits. We've already seen this one, I think, advertised in some magazines we've checked out, but this is our first time seeing what Bandits is all about, starting with the box. Or the sleeves, however you bought it. Very, very cool front of the box. Man, it screams the 80s. I'm loving the art style. Look at that. We even got a CRT that's flying through the air. It's a fast action game from Serious Software. This one marks our 33rd game that Serious Software has done, and that's across all platforms. You'll need a 48K on your Atari home computer. Flip over the back, and your job is simple enough. Just guard the supplies on the lunar supply base. Sounds easy, huh? Well, wake up and have some coffee, partner. The name of the game is Bandits, remember? Surely you don't think you're just going to be standing around and scare off an occasional shoplifter. You see, every criminal in space is after your supplies and have a uniquely devious method of trying to get them. Okay, so we're going to be defending our supplies on the ship. This is designed and programmed by Tony and Benny Go. Tony and Benny, way to go.
Italian.
We also have some other artwork besides just the box. I'm really digging the box, though. This is the ad you would have seen in magazines. It looks like from Germany, showing all the things that Serious Software has brought us. 30 games, 33 games so far, and then another ad that has a comic by Serious. Very, very fun. With the 5 1/4 floppy disk, we're going to pop into our Atari to play. So cool. And we also have the manual, or the inside sleeve, of Bandits. The boot disc is in, and then the joystick is played on the left joystick. It's only a one-player game. Use the fire button and tilt the joystick forward to activate your shields. We got shields too, and tilt backward to turn the shields off. We have some convenience controls, and then 20 levels of play. Each level has a different group of items on the right side and features a unique combination of bandits that go after your goods. So 28 levels is not too shabby right now. You have 5 ships for 5 lives. An unprotected ship can be doomed by bandit fire, so make sure you put up those shields. Yeah, the shields provide total protection and disperse in energy units. You can press the shield once, you're protected by a single unit, but if you press the activator several times, you're protected for several units of time. So that means this is a progressively better shield if you wanted to use the energy. Very, very interesting. And then it shows a screen display for everything. Our score that we got to know in 1982, everyone's got to have the score. There's the different enemies we're going to be fighting. And then if you have the boot error, we'll contact Serious because they guarantee all their games will work. So this one's available as a cracked version. We're going to try the no SIO patch. Pop it and play some Bandits. This is by Tony and Benny, published by Serious Software at some time in the beginning of October 1982. I'm ready for some shooting. Some shooting, Tex. I know, right? The artwork was fantastic. We didn't have a lot of lore in the inside sleeve, because some of the ones that don't have a true manual, you know, you just open up the first sleeve and it gives you some stuff. So no lore here except just defend the base. Oh, that's cool. We get a little animation opening. Wow, nice presentation. Sound effects are pretty good. There it is. Serious Software presents Bandits by Tony and Benny. Go, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Oh, so nice. I love the sound of the Atari home computer. Oh, we got another animation coming in. Look, they're changing the Apple to the Atari symbol, which makes me wonder, did it come out first on the Apple II and then here on the Atari? All right, so let's just go in. Oh, what nice. They're doing just like an arcade game. So this is similar to an attract mode, showing us the different enemies and then point values. Very nice transitions. Yeah, presentation is already really, really cool. Let's see if we just go right in. Pushing the red button and playing. No, it goes through an attract mode. Okay, so let me just try. Yeah, so you do have to push the red button. I like that, though. The games that we play on home computers that feel like an arcade game. They're closing the gap. It's awesome. Holy cow, look at that UFO. Very, very well done. We're getting a little loading in between, probably because that was just an impressive UFO. A large object on the screen. Maybe we can fight that as the boss. All right, so we're in. Left and right controls, fire. I got some pretty substantial firepower here. Oh, and I'm already dead. So the shots coming down are really, really quick. All right, looking all right. There we go. There's the grapes on the far right side. We have to protect the grapes from our homeland. Oh, they didn't like that one bit. So the shots coming down are coming really, really fast, but I do have significant firepower. This is yet another fixed shooter, and here on the show, a fixed shooter game just means you move left, you move right, and you fire without any scrolling around. So since Space Invaders, there's been subgenre upon subgenre of space shooters. We're talking Galaxian, and then Galaga, and then we had Phoenix, and so this one marks the very first time you could play this kind of space shooter, and I'll give the chat just a little bit of time to guess what game this is, because it was only in the arcades, and we haven't seen this exact kind of fixed shooter at home yet until now. I know, yeah, Brian, it's true. It is a Galaxian variant, but this one is playing exactly like something we've already played in the arcade. And this one marks our 338th fixed shooter here on the show, going all the way back to even, before Space Invaders popularized it with things like Seawolf in the arcades, moving left, right, and firing. Oh man, they brought another enemy out. It's not looking good. So I might actually need to remember to use my shield. There we go. So you can use that to go up. Whoa, yeah, it is really difficult, though. For the pros only. You see how fast the other ship was moving? That's amazing. Yeah, no, they got the diagonal shots in there, too. So this is not doing a Galaga variant either. This is the very first time that Stratovox has come home. This is a one-to-one creation of Stratovox in the arcade. Stratovox was one of the first video games ever that had any speech when we played the game. It was the first video game that ever talked to us here on Chronologically Gaming. That was back in May 1980. And we don't have any speech, because in Stratovox, the people that you're trying to protect, they were on the right side. So it wasn't fruit or food, it was actual people, and every time they got stolen, they would yell at you, help me, save me. It was so cool. Still cool now. I'd go in the arcades right now in 1982 and play Stratovox. It's awesome. So now it looks like we're protecting the gobstoppers. Nope, get it? Yes, there we go. Wow, yeah, the diagonal shots. Notice that the spread that comes down is advanced, and I remember this too from Stratovox. Whenever you played, it was really, really fast. But this is still a lot of fun. Very, very well done. Hey, there you go, Chiptune. Nice shout out for King and Balloon. We haven't seen a one-to-one King and Balloon at home, but I mean it's pretty close to Galaxian. It does on the Atari. The opening sound effects sounded pretty good. This one does sound a little bit like we're playing on the Apple rather than the Atari home computer. What are we protecting now? Nope, you're not taking my whatever those are, blueberries on the right side. I can't pinpoint it. I want to know if we can take out the UFO, but yeah, the enemies are so quick. I want the UFO to be a boss at the end. This is a lot of fun. Oh man, what in the world? We have... Whoa! So the enemy types are changing again. I guess I better use my shield. Yeah, definitely. Deflect all the balloons. We're getting attacked by crazy clowns now. Look at this! Amazing. It's all slightly fresh for something you could play at home because this was only in the arcade. Oh my goodness, look at this. We're even getting a little bit slight slowdown because of all the stuff happening on the screen. Very, very impressive. Yeah, and now we're doing enemy types that are dropping bombs that have a little splash damage at the bottom. Awesome. Chiptune's already thrown out 4.5 stars, which means one of the best computer games you could play right now. Yeah, it is difficult. But we're pros here at Chronologically Gaming, and I say that as soon as I die. Oh, strawberries! Don't let them take the strawberries. Look at this. Whoa! Now we're getting mixtures of enemies coming in, and look, these are the ones that are dropping the splash damage. Wow, at the bottom. That's pretty fun. Now, this is another title that I would love to see what is next. Not that we're going to go level to level, but we already know it has 28 different levels, so is this going to change up to 28 times? I'm sold. That's really fun. Yeah, centipede patterns, very nice, Manly. Yeah, I want to continue to play this. This is an excellent game. I'm actually starting, of all the games you can play right now on a home computer, easily 4 stars. Because if you think of the other titles that you could be playing as far as shooters go, this one's presented well, has the variety, different enemy types. It's great. Brian's also with me with 4 stars. Chiptune, I believe you're a big shoot 'em up fan, so you said 4.5. But I'm still going to say this is great. A very well done game, and one of the an excellent title for a home computer. So that's Bandits. Now I know what everyone's talking about when it comes to series and Bandits. But that's not all. Bandits was also on the Apple II, and I'm not sure if this one was first or second, because after the animation showing the Apple converting into Atari, this is possibly first as well. But the box is pretty much the same. Made by the Apple II, or made for the Apple II. Great artwork. Love it. Similar artwork than we saw before for Bandits. Oh, and Josh was throwing out 5 stars. Yes, if it was an Atari 2 only game, it would be rated higher, but it's going against all the other computers out there. So this one I have a cracked version where they add a button whenever you want to use your shield instead of the joystick. A fixed version, then another version. Let's pop it and play some Bandits. Tony and Benny, published by Sirius Software at some time in the beginning of October 1982 for your Apple II. Yeah, how well does the Apple II play? Thanks, Slimy Louie. We've seen a lot of cracks here on the show, too. Going from computer to computer, getting these discs and games to play for us. Thank you so much. Hey, begins the same. There we go. That's the sound effects I'd expect from the Apple II. Very nice. It's playing pretty much the same. I'm going to guess they're going to keep the Apple there on the left side of Bandits. Yeah, and this is the very first game that we've seen by this duo of developers. So way to go, Tony and Benny. Nothing else? Maybe we'll be able to get in there. There we go. Sweet, got the same UFO. How did they do that on the Apple II? That is really impressive. You can tell they spent a lot of time on the presentation for this one. Okay, so this one is controlled with joystick, but if I hit Control P, we'll now go into paddle control. So you can see now I'm in, moving left, right, and firing. Got to protect the grapes on the right side. This is just constantly the sound of the Apple II. The sound chip inside of the Atari home computer is the Pokey chip. The sound chip inside of the Commodore 64 is the SID chip, sound interface device, but the sound for the Apple II is wet farts. That's the sound chip inside. And it's just bringing it home constantly. But gameplay-wise, it's still great. And looks good. They still have the presentation there that they had on the Atari home computer. It's great. Oh, you rated an extra tenth or 100th? Oh yeah, so no complaints here. Control-wise, it's playing very well. Great job. And you can tell they both, Tony and Benny did both. They're credited on both the Apple and the Atari version. Man, yeah, the difficulty's still there. Oh, I forgot about the shields, though. You have to remember to do that. I remember in the arcade I forgot as well. Turning those shields on. But yeah, this is fantastic. Another title that I would love to go and keep playing to see what the next levels are like and just get better and better at it. So I'd still say the same. Bandits for the Apple II, still solid. Excellent title for all the games you could play on a home computer. Check out that shooter. And you got to admit, after 338 fixed shooters, you'd expect to be bored of it. No, it is still really, really cool. Really, really fun. All right, let's see what our next title is after this commercial break.
Magic experts have just created 4 new games for the Intellivision system. But beware, Imagic's demon attack will destroy you.
Oh, haven't seen it yet.
Atlantis will send you to a
That's the one from last
grave.
night.
Microsurgeon will put you
haven't
in
seen
the
that
hospital.
one yet.
And Beauty and the Beast will push you right over the edge.
There we go.
Imagic for Intellivision, created by experts.
That's right, a Magic for Intellivision. And we already saw the very first one with Atlantis coming over. And this is our second one that a Magic's brought over to the Intellivision. This is Beauty and the Beast. A title that has nothing to do with the fairy tale whatsoever. Let's check out Beauty and the Beast. Yeah, and the very first game that has anything to do with Beauty and the Beast has nothing to do with a fairy tale. This is just happens to be what they call the game. And this front of the box is just like the other Magic boxes. It's meant to be like more of a aluminum foil or shiny, but it's hard to scan that in, so you don't get the full effect of holding a Magic box in your hand. But you got to see what they did on the front cover. It looks like clay models, just quality. Magic is tearing it up, starting with the Atari home computer and then coming here. So this one is our 41st game for the Intellivision that we played on Chronologically Gaming, and this is Magic has done 8 games total. This is the 8th game by Magic so far, taking the world by storm. Yes, and this one is only available on the Intellivision. Beauty and the Beast is nowhere else. Horrible Hank grabbed Tiny Mabel and climbed the old mutton building. We got to go down and get him. Let's take a look at the other artwork for Beauty and the Beast. So there's this actual scan of the Magic box in all its shiny glory. I love the rainbow style that Magic does. Just great quality. Too bad whenever they started to release games, it was the end of 1982. Right before the event next year. Well, we'll see what happens. I've heard about the event. Let's see if we actually see it on the show. So there's the overlay, which is totally pointless on the Intellivision. Look, it has a good luck. And then the jump isn't even on the number pad. It's the 2 buttons on the side of your Intellivision controller. And then it's telling you to move the player with the disc. So this is one of those rare games on the Intellivision that you don't need the overlay. Just put it in and then play. You're good to go. There it is. There's our Intellivision all packed up. Very nice. Yes, blame Purina Dog Chow. Chiptune, why not? There's our cartridge for a Magic. They got special cartridges for the Intellivision too. Very nice. That we're going to pop in our system and play. All right, how do we play this thing? Beauty and the Beast. Horrible Hank has run off with Tiny Mabel. She's bashful Buford's girl. Is that who we're playing? Of all Lambville Falls talking. Horrible Hank is a mean one. Eats hot buttered bricks for breakfast. Regular mountain of a man. He uses boulders instead of bowling balls. Carries them with his pocket like paper clips. Bowls a strike every time. Small wonder. Seems Tiny Mabel finally told him off. Everyone heard. That's when Horrible Hank grabbed her and ran off. So this one is Horrible Hank instead of Donkey Kong at the top of the screen. Buford may be scrawny, but he's got spunk. He's cornered them on the old mutton building. Buford jumps over those boulders. Horrible Hank throws his way and dodges birds and bats and leaps over rats to get his little love back. It's rescuing the damsel in distress right here on the Intellivision. That's what it means by Beauty and the Beast. The beauty is the girlfriend and then the beast is Horrible Hank. So it tells us what more story, I guess, here. Can you lend him a hand? Yeah, thanks, we will. There's our Intellivision. Shows us our console controls. You put the cartridge in, turn the power on, and then push any of the side buttons. Horrible Hank and Mabel will appear on the screen. You push the accent button. So this is really, really simple. Not a lot of different game modes. In fact, I don't think there is. You pause the action, the screen goes blank, and then you resume where you left off. So there is one of the easiest to control on the Intellivision games we've seen. And look at that. They're showing you how to do the overlay, but you don't even need it. You just push the buttons on the side. Either one, left or right, it makes them jump. It makes Buford jump. You can be Buford. So our objective is climb the highest number of the buildings as we can, avoid all obstacles, complete as many as humanly possible, and when the game ends, when Buford runs out of chances. It's a one-player only game, and Intellivision isn't boasting that you can use multiple people and take turns. It's just saying no, it's just one person at a time. So you have 3 chances to reach Horrible Hank, 3 lives, and you have every time you go higher and higher up the building. There's an example of the screenshot. Very nice screenshot showing off the game. And that one doesn't look fabricated. There's Horrible Hank and the boulders. There's what Tiny Mabel looks like, a very small blue character at the top. There's Buford, who we're going to play. You can move left and right on the treacherous ledges. Make sure you don't jump off or fall off the sides. And then whenever you want to find an open window, that'll boost them up to reach the next floor. So there's no ladders here like Donkey Kong. This one is, you have to climb up windows. Only one open window will open at a time. So they're going to be opening and closing, and you have to go up a window whenever you can. You can also pause between floors. And then does it say about the... No, it hasn't said that part yet. And then we got some obstacles that'll be thrown our way, like boulders, bats, rats, and birds. And then we have to use our wits to dodge all those. And then we got some colorful artwork showing the top of the screen. There it is. There's Mabel. Oh my gosh, she looks like one of the giants. And then if Mabel sends a heart down, you can catch or capture the heart, a la Popeye in the arcade, which is the only one we've seen so far. So hearts coming down had to have been inspired by Popeye, had to have been. And then there's different ways to complete the 11 sections of 4 floors each. And so we're essentially doing what Donkey Kong variants do, but we're just going higher and higher up the building. All the way to the top. When you reach the top, it'll be completely red if we can get to the top to take out Horrible Hank. Yeah, and you want to see how many buildings you can climb. So after you go to the top, the game keeps repeating upon itself, like most arcade games for the time. And then there's the scores and gives us a few tips. Thanks to Magic. Yeah, don't linger. Just go as fast as you possibly can. There we go. We got an order form in the back. Awesome, Magic. All right, let's pop in that cartridge and play Beauty and the Beast. This is by Wendell Brown, developed by and published by Magic at sometime in the beginning of October 1982. Nice tune. The music or sound from the game is done by Dave Duran. Way to go, Dave. And so this one's so simple. You just move the disc and then I'm in. The game has begun. There are no other game modes. You just play. At the bottom, I am bashful. Oh, wait, I missed the heart. Darn. I gotta go up there and get Horrible Hank. You can get the heart for invincibility, but you can jump. Left, right, and controls feel a little slippery compared to some of the other ones. Oh, yeah, avoid the boulders. And then, I've already had a game over. After you get hit 3 times, all the lives are done, and we're back at the beginning again. Didn't even get to the next floor. All right, we'll just go in again. No points whatsoever. Yeah, give me that invincibility heart. There we go. And then as soon as you get up to Horrible Hank, it goes to the next floor. So you see it's color coding going to the next one. So we're going up higher and higher. Nice and easy. Oh, so the crevices. Oh, gosh, so you lose a whole life when you fall down. All right, give me some more hearts, Mabel. There we go. It is a Donkey Kong variant as if there ever was one, but it's a new one. It's a fresh one. And this hasn't been ported anywhere else. This is the only place that you can play Beauty and the Beast on the Intellivision. Got it. Moving in closer. Yeah, how come this wasn't picked up by Universal? That's a good point. Because this is the Empire State Building and we are chasing someone at the very top. Okay, I gotta do this carefully. Everything goes really fast in this game. You notice that? Every floor is so quick. It's almost like we're playing a Twitch version of Donkey Kong here. Look at this. Go, go, go. Let's not go to that one. Let's get a heart. And then get up to the top. Yeah. So we're doing all right. Going higher and higher. I'm not having to jump as much. The plane says lucky. Nice. Here we go. Keep going. Up, up, up. So I have a way to jump, but this one is very, very stiff. When you think of all the platformers we played, it honestly feels a little like Donkey Kong that we played on, or King Kong that we played on the Atari 2600. So the jump has a lot to be desired. There's better ones out there. I'm looking at games like Monkey Shines on the Odyssey 2. Oh, we're doing close. We're almost at the top. Let's go. It does feel that way, but I have no idea what you're talking about. Who's Ralph? We did it. And we get a cutscene, we celebrate at the top, and a plane picks us up. That's awesome. Of all the games I played at this time on the Intellivision, I've never played Beauty and the Beast. And this one, would be perfect for those the people that picked up Intellivisions at yard sales and didn't have an overlay or a manual. This would be awesome. Donkey Kong style game. I'm already seeing a rating out there. Brian's already saying 2.5 stars or a little subpar, considering all the other games you could play on a home console. The presentation's really good. Gameplay is fairly simple. I have the ability to move left and right. Oh, you do die very fast, but you also move very fast. But the jump is pretty simple and it just repeats upon itself. When we played the King Kong on Atari 2600, I gave that one 2 stars of all the games you could play. Oh, you lose a life for that too. So if you start climbing on a window, then you're out of luck. I would say this one, it does play better than a King Kong. So at least 2.5 stars of all the games you could play on home consoles. All right, go. Oh, nope, touched the bowling ball. Bartleman saying 3.5 stars of everything so far. Does make it fun. Yep, you gotta watch the jumps, though. Here, let me do a few jumps so you can see what the platforming's like. Josh was saying 3 stars, pretty much average, or good for our console games right now. Just remember to forget everything you know about all consoles. Only be in the moment. There it is. So here in Chronologically Gaming, we've played... This is our 24th Donkey Kong variant. And that's across all platforms, everything. On home consoles, though, there's only about 6. One of the first ones we ever saw that came home was Police Jump for the VTech Creativision. And then after that was the release of Donkey Kong on the Atari 2600 and Donkey Kong for... Oh, you touch the window and you fall down, too. Or Donkey Kong for the ColecoVision in July 1982. And then after that, we saw King Kong on the Atari, and then Fast Eddie on the Atari. So this only has to compete with about 6 other games that are like Donkey Kong. But I would still say this is better than the King Kong version. And the version of Donkey Kong, this one actually has this almost the same jump mechanic as the Donkey Kong on the Atari 2600. But there's no way this could compete with Donkey Kong on ColecoVision. Yeah, it is fairly repetitive. You don't have a lot of variety. It is really fast, though, as far as Donkey Kong games go. Let's go on this one. To tell you the truth, the sound design reminds me of a game we're going to be playing later on computers. It sounds like King's Quest. At least the music in the background. Yes, they were. It's all over the place. Yeah, I'm already seeing lots of ratings, a little divisive, somewhere around average. Yeah, it's okay, not bad. But you have to remember, there's not a lot of platformers on home consoles. Yeah, I do like the faster play, too. And having never played this, I had no nostalgia for it, this is actually all right. This is a fun time. We rated Fast Eddie here on the show 3.5 stars, about above average. And I'd say for consoles, yeah, this is still around the average range. Mainly saying 3. It is only 1 player, though. Oh, that's true, and we haven't seen that game yet. So there you go, that's Beauty and the Beast. A interesting Donkey Kong game, and a rare one for the Intellivision because we haven't seen the official one yet. By the way, that commercial that's showing off all the Magic games released for the Intellivision, you probably could have gotten all these right at the same time. And I'm talking Atlantis, Beauty and the Beast, Microsurgeon, and Demon Attack. But we're going through just all of them in alphabetical order right now. All right, so of all the games you can play right now on a home console, yeah, most people are around the average range. This one is definitely better than our 2-star rating we gave to King Kong on the Atari. And obviously there's better platformers like Monkey Shines on the Odyssey 2 that work much better than this. But as far as Donkey Kong style games, yeah, this one's around the average range. Donkey Kong on the Atari, I would actually give this one slightly the nod for it because it actually is a little more fun to play. Gameplay-wise, the jump mechanic is similar to this one. But I'm still going to say, yeah, as far as like Fast Eddie, this one's around the range as Fast Eddie. So I'll say, of all the games to play on a home console, I'll say 3.5 stars. It is fun, and you can probably take turns with your friend. I'm going to go above average and say Beauty and the Beast is because we don't have as many Donkey Kong games, because it is still fun, and it's still a fresh idea, I'll give it above average. All right, let's see what our next title is. Our next game is on the Commodore Max Machine, the home computer that didn't really have a long time in Japan. And we're going to play some Billards. Oh, I'm sorry. Billards. Billards? Sorry, not billiards, Billards. Very generic style box. This one's another one by HAL Laboratory. And there's the cartridge. You pop it and play on your Commodore Max Machine. That's right, it's Billards. This one on the Commodore Max Machine, I do not have. I could not find the cartridge for this system. But don't be sad, we're going to be playing this again when it's re-released on the Commodore 64. But for this version, I'm going to have to go way low and give you a 0-star rating. and just say for Billards, we didn't get a chance to even check it out. It gets marked from the books. Maybe we couldn't find it because everyone's calling it Billiards when actually on the box it's called Billards. Who knows? Alright, that's where we gotta put our video game playing on pause and check out some more console, arcade, handhelds, and computer games at another time. Next time on Chronologically Gaming, we got more bugs on our Atari VCS and the Breckenridge Caper of 1798. That's it for today, and like I always say, control the games. Don't let the games control you. Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the channel and joining me on my quest to play every single video game in order of release. We'll be streaming live every weekday at 9 p.m. Central, so join us and let us know if we missed any games along the way. This video would not be possible without Launchbox, RetroArch, and MAME. Tell all your friends there's some crazy guy named Chronologically Gaming trying to play every single video game. We have links down below that'll send you to places like our Discord and Patreon, and one that says all the video games we've ever played. If you go there, it's a list of everything, and you can click right to the game you want to see. Chronologically Gaming is the name to look for. We are perpetually retro, and we will catch you next time.